Hey, so if I walked into your business today and told you that I could help you find 5 extra hours every week without hiring someone, without working longer, without another like productivity app, would you want to know where those hours are hiding? So most entrepreneurs, they don't know where their time is actually going. They have no concept of like budgeting time. They know they're busy. You know you're overwhelmed, but you can't quite find those leaks. Like, where is that going? Today, I want to show you 5 of the biggest leadership leaks that I see in every business owner that I coach today. So the first one is this: it's repeated questions. The first leak is just repeat information, right? How many times have you answered, where's that file? Or what do you want me to do here? Or how do you want me to handle this? Like, every repeated question is a clue. It tells you information that still lives inside of your head instead of inside of your business. In another format, I talk about it like the idea of you're holding things hostage that other people need access to. The solution isn't faster. The solution isn't something like creating a system. Like, you're going to document this once, and you're going to explain it once, and you're going to outsource it once, and you're going to stop explaining it forever. The second one is this: it's delayed decisions. Entrepreneurs often believe that waiting reduces risk, and that's really never the case. It's like the conversation that you intentionally avoid, the phone call that you haven't made yet, the employee issue that you're hoping just disappears on its own, whatever the estimate is, or the proposal that you're dragging your feet on, the phone call that needs to really happen. Every delayed decision creates another interruption later. Problems collect interest. I like that line. Leaders, they make decisions. So make a decision and advance. So your second one is delayed decisions. Leak number 3 is this: mistakes that just keep happening. Every mistake should teach you something. But here's the thing: if the same mistake happens like 3 times, it's not an employee problem anymore. It's a leadership problem. Maxwell says it this way, that everything rises and falls on leadership. So if something is repeatedly happening inside of your context, even if it's not your fingers that are doing the mistake, it is a result of your leadership. Something you didn't lead into is causing that problem. So a couple questions you could ask yourself to help analyze this. Why did this happen? Was the expectation clear? Was there a process? Was there some training? Was it effective training? Every reoccurring mistake deserves some sort of a system. All right, leak number 4: doing work that only you can do. This one is huge. Many entrepreneurs spend their day doing like $20 an hour work while complaining that they don't have time for their $500 an hour thinking. You can't get to that spot while you're doing the things, those easy tasks. You're like, man, I'll just get through this kind of stuff and then get to those kind of things later, only to find that later never comes. So those kind of things are answering emails, scheduling, paperwork, follow-up, administration. None of those things are bad. They're all necessary, but they're not necessary for you. So ask yourself this: what is something that someone else could be doing or should be doing, or what should I be outsourcing so that someone else can do it? That's where your next hour is going to come from. In fact, when I walk entrepreneurs through my course called the Next Level Entrepreneur, we deal with this extensively. I walk it through what's called the 8-9 list. And so we unpack like all the things on your list, so all the things that are on your schedule, all the things that you're doing. And we begin to identify like, how could you outsource a bulk of those things so that someone else could be doing it? And what are the creative ways to be able to handle that? In fact, I just walked through this with one of my clients recently. And when our first conversation developed and he identified like, I could never outsource this, here we are just 3 months into our coaching conversation. He's looking at that one thing saying, no one could ever do this. And he's saying, I think there's a way that I can get even that off of my list. And that's profound. That's super powerful. All right, number 5, lack of communication. This one is probably the biggest one yet. Every problem inside of business can be traced back to communication. I like to say it like this: communication is like blood in your body, right? When blood stops flowing, death is imminent. Well, communication is the same way. When communication stops flowing, death is imminent in your business. And when you think that you are communicating, you need to be able to analyze that from your clients or your customers or your employees or your team's perspective and figure out, do I think I'm communicating, but do they think can they match the same expression that I have in this? So there's assumptions that we make. Oh, it's obvious, right? That's obvious what they should do. Or there's half explanations. We rush this or we hurry it. And we think we're being thorough, but and we're actually only causing more confusion. There's some missing expectations. People can't hit targets that they don't quite understand. And leadership, it's not saying more. Leadership is making sure that people understand. So for you as leader of whatever it is that you're doing, you need to slow down a little bit. You need to be able to take an extra minute in this process and sit for a second in this to make sure that the people you're asking to be able to do the work, whether it's a client or a team member of yours, that they really understand what it is that is being conveyed. One clear conversation today can eliminate 10 interruptions tomorrow and in your future. So one of my coaching clients recently estimated in one of our sessions together that he's roughly gained 30% more time in his business. And it didn't happen because he worked harder. It happened because he got clear. It happened because he slowly removed these 5 leaks. Better communication. He's constantly telling me that, man, my communication has gotten way better. And my people are saying that too. He's making better decisions. He's got better systems. He's got better delegation, better leadership. So here's my challenge this week. Don't try to fix all 5 of these. Just try to figure out which one is the most glaring. What's the biggest leak that you're having inside of your flow? And then what steps do you need to take to kind of seal that thing off? Leadership isn't built through like one giant breakthrough. It's built by identifying these leaks and then putting a stop to this. So listen, if this is resonating with you, if you're finding some work to do here, I just put together a cool little resource called Buy Back Your Time. And I'd love for you to have that, for you to kind of take a look through it and see if that might be some help to you. You can find this link below. And every week here, I'm going to share some practical leadership strategies that will help you as an entrepreneur gain clarity and build capacity so that you can create some consistent growth. So hope this is helpful to you. Have a great day.